I forgot that unity is sort of like herding cats. So I saw some of you shaking hands with more than the person next to you. I asked Jim Sledge if he'd come up and light our candle for us just to get our service started. And as Jim is lighting the candle, it's a wonderful reminder that that spark of God, that flame of God is deep within us. It's there and we can turn to it anytime we want to. And just like in this service, as we're talking about different things, from time to time, glance up here and see that flame. I've said as many extra words as I can, Jim. Yay! And I think I did this last week or the week before, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the country, isn't there? And really throughout the world. So right now, I'd like to invite you just to take a moment of silence. Put down anything that you might be holding. And let's just move into silence for just a full minute. The Spirit of God. There's just so many things going on that we hardly understand in our city and in our nation and around the world. And so we ask that we somehow remember to keep bringing love to this situation. And so it is, God. So it is. Amen.
As we prepare for prayer, let your hands be empty. Relax into your chair, both feet flat on the ground. Be at ease and receptive to the thoughts you are about to experience. This prayer is in alignment with Dennis's talk today on forgiveness. From the Lord's Prayer, forgive our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. According to divine code, we accept forgiveness as a powerful tool. May we choose to raise our frequency on the path of freedom and self-expression. As we think, we materialize. We affirm that forgiveness is a powerful quality to be handled with kindness and compassion. We affirm that forgiveness starts with self. True, honest, loving action. As we witness angst and hurt, may it become productive energy. Then we become true gifts to this universe. We present these thoughts and this exercise to the universe. May presence illuminate your path, and so it is.
Good morning. I wish I always had Deanna with me, telling me what to do in life. Go, stay. Yeah, that's very helpful. All right. So good morning and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, Spokane. I'm so glad that you made the decision to join us today, either in person or online. So again, I want to extend a very big welcome to each of you. My name's Juliette Hawkeiser, and I feel extremely honored to be your platform assistant today. And before we proceed, please take a moment to double check your phone, make sure it's on silent. Okay. Also, I want to take another moment to welcome anyone that's here for the first time. We just want to acknowledge you and say hello. And also, we want to give you a Unity information packet. And inside the packet, there's a free beverage. To get a free beverage for any time. But after service, we have a barista stand. So you can use that coupon for a free beverage. So please raise your hand so that our ushers can give, raise your hand if you're here for the first time, so that our ushers, hello, so that our ushers can give you the Unity packet. Hello, hello. So welcome. We're so glad that you're here, and we hope that you'll stay after and chat with us. There'll be some food afterwards to go along with your free beverage, and hopefully you'll come again soon. And raise your hand again up high. We have one more there. Anyone else? There's one over here. All right. Thank you for joining us. And next, as always, we want to begin our time together by sharing our opening affirmation. Together, we affirm there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. That'd be great to start each morning with that. We want to remind you that whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual journey of transformation, you are welcome here. That's why it's Unity. Everyone's welcome. We're so grateful to our spiritual leader, Dennis Ashley, for being here. And also today he's talking about the very intriguing topic, the forgiveness that stunned South Carolina. That's a great topic. I know I can personally go deeper with forgiveness, so I'm looking forward to your talk. And our music today is provided by Lori Miller and Beth Rainey. And yeah?
Can I say something?
Yes.
I just want to say, Scott Jameson texted me about 6:30 this morning, said he was very ill and couldn't be here. And so Beth is here with, I don't know, about 20 minutes notice.
Thank you, Beth.
Love being here.
Okay. So in a moment, our song leaders, Julia and Cheryl, will come up here for the community song. And then the community song will be followed by our meet and greet. But just meet and greet the people in your nearby vicinity. So don't go across the room, because it'll just be for a few minutes. And now, please stand if you're able for our community song.
Struggle
Thank you. Okay, it's time to be seated again and to be quiet again. All right, we're going to continue because it's time for our special music by Lori Miller and Beth Rainey.
If this microphone will stay in place, we'll be good. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Beth. Okay. Deep in your blood, or a voice in your head, on a dark, lonesome highway, it finds you instead. So certain it knows you, you can't turn away. Something or someone has found you today. Genius or Jesus, maybe he's seen us, but who would believe us? I can't really say. Whatever the calling, the stumbling and falling, you follow it knowing there's no other way. There's no other way. There's zealots and preachers and readers of dreams. The righteous yell loudest and the saved tries to stand. The lonely and the lost are just waiting to hear. Any moment their purpose will be perfectly clear, and then life would be more than their name on their door and their far distant shore that's so near. They'd hear the calling, and stumbling and falling, they'd follow it knowing there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. I don't remember a voice on a dark, lonesome road when I started the journey so long ago. I was only just trying to outrun the noise. There was never a question of having a choice. Jesus or genius, maybe they've seen me, but who would believe me? I can't really say. Whatever the calling, the stumbling and falling, I followed it knowing there's no other way. Jesus
was stumbling and falling, I got through it knowing there's no other way. There's no other way. There's no other way.
Lori, thank you. That was just so nice. I've had the privilege of being here all week during the day, and Lori's been coming in and practicing every day. And I just love it. So let's give her another hand. Let's take a few minutes now in meditation. And I invite you to put anything down that you might be holding, and if you like, close your eyes. And if you're new to meditation, it's nothing more than just getting quiet and turning inward to the part of us that's good and holy and pure and sacred. So let me invite you to breathe. Just breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. And we take a breath inward. And it fills our chest. And then in that inward breath, we just imagine we are filled with the Spirit of God. And it touches us, and it expands us, it expands our consciousness, it expands our love. We take that even more deeply. And we realize that deep within us is this space of love, this space of perfection. We breathe it in, and we fill that space up. And it prepares our mind, and it prepares our heart, and it prepares our soul to be in a place that is the perfect demonstration of love. Feel that love within our chest. Just feel it expand. And we imagine that we let that love touch the other people in our life. And then we let it expand a little further. And it touches all the people in this community. And then we take it a little further. And we let that love expand to encapsulate this whole nation, this whole world. where so much is going on these days. Help us be a light of love. Help us shine that light of love into all these different situations and into all these different people. And certainly let us shine that love deep within ourselves. And now, let's take that into the silence for a moment and just feel that sense of love that expands to ourselves and to the world in the silence. Spirit of God, deep within me, help me. Help us all to see if we can make the world just a half an inch better just by our very presence. And so we say thank you, God. Thank you, God, and so it is. Namaste. Well, good morning again. Good morning. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about forgiveness. And I wasn't thinking about all the events kind of taking place in our country and in the world when I picked the title. But it kind of seems apropos, doesn't it? There's a lot of stuff going on. There's 4 types of forgiveness, I think. I think there's forgiving ourselves and forgiving others, and then asking for forgiveness from others and asking for forgiveness from ourselves. And today I'm just going to focus on one type, and I just want to focus on forgiving others and what's involved in that. And so I thought to do that, I wanted to talk about a situation that maybe some of you remember. It was about 10 and a half years ago. It took place, they have the long, I thought we had a long name for our church. Theirs is longer. It was a Bible study at Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopalian Church. And it was in Charleston, South Carolina. On June 17th, 2015. And there was a fellow named Dylan Roof. And he knocked on the door of the church where they were having the Bible study and asked if he could come in and join them. And they said, well, of course you can. We'd love to have you. So he came in, and as they started to sit down, he pulled out a revolver. And he shot and killed 9 people there and seriously wounded a 10th. All the victims were African American. And he said the next day when he was captured, he said he killed the people because he wanted to ignite a race war in the United States. So why would I bring up a story like that? Well, the murders took place on June 17th. And on June 19th, he was having his bond hearing in a courtroom, and the members of the family were there. And the members of the family stood up. And one by one said, I forgive you. And may God have mercy on your soul. What a stunning act of forgiveness. That their families, many members of their family were just murdered, and they're standing up and saying, I forgive you. And let me read. Here's what some of them have said. A daughter of one of the victims said, you took something really precious from me. I'll never be able to talk to my mother again, but I forgive you, and may God have mercy on your soul. You hurt me, you hurt a lot of people, but God forgives you, and I forgive you. Another person said, we welcomed you Wednesday night in our Bible study with open arms, and you've killed some of the most beautifulest people that I know. As we said in the Bible study, we enjoyed you, but now may God have mercy on you, and I forgive you. And a third person said, although my grandfather and the other victims died at the hands of hate, this is proof. Everyone's plea for your soul is proof that they lived in love and that their legacies will live in love. So hate won't win. I mean, isn't that something? Isn't that amazing? And actually, just reading this, I'm surprised at how much it's touching me right now. So, why did they forgive? And the answer, I think, I forgot the changer. Thank you. The answer on why they forgave is that they realized that forgiveness is always for us. It's not for the person committing the offense. It's always about us trying to drop the hatred. It's always about us trying to drop the bitterness, trying to drop the sorrow. And it does not mean that whoever committed an offense gets to go clean and nothing happens to them. It's nothing to do with the consequences. Instead, what it's about is saying that I don't want that bitterness to reside in me. I don't want that anger to reside in me. There we go. Thank you. Okay, I forgive myself. The forgiveness comes from a Greek word, and aphemi. And aphemi means to send away or to release or to let go. But what you're sending away with aphemi is the feelings of bitterness and anger that are within you. Isn't that interesting? That long ago they realized, that it does no good to be caught up in angerness and bitterness. I used to be a consultant, and I was doing some work for the Lane Transit District down in Eugene, Oregon. And I was doing some work with, and I was with the management staff and with some employees. And one of the employees brought up something that had happened 15 years before. And they were still very angry. And the manager there said, are you still carrying that bowling ball around from you? He said, I let that go years ago. And he wasn't doing it in a mean way. He was doing it in a really tender way. He said, have you really been hauling that bowling ball around for all these years? I think that's what the lack of forgiveness is for us, is to carry all of this animosity up inside. You know, can you imagine for just a moment, if you got the bitterness going on, and the anger, and every interaction you have with somebody is like this. And what do? They stay away. And then you go, no one ever wants to deal with me. I mean, it's true, isn't it? That angerness and bitterness and hatred, it always ends up demonstrating on the outside. And so it makes sense, I think, for us to look for ways to forgive other people. Because I think what we discover when we go through that is more than likely they were just living their lives. And did they make some mistakes? Maybe. Any possibility at all that we misunderstood? Nah. Yeah, I think sometimes in my mind especially when we're thinking about parents, or we're thinking about sisters or brothers, I think sometimes we're really kind of they should have been this kind of a parent. They should have treated me this way. These are the things they should have, and they didn't do it. And somehow, when we go through that experience, we're forgetting they were just living their lives. And maybe there's nothing needed at all from them. But that doesn't change anything. We still go through the acts of forgiveness, and then always, 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 we end up forgiving ourselves, I think. And certainly as I was putting this together, I was certainly thinking about the events in Minneapolis. I was certainly thinking about the events here in Spokane, where we had a 10-year-old child picked up. And I thought, it's hard, it's really tough to look at what's happening and say, can I forgive ICE agents? Can I forgive certain kinds of policy decisions? Can I forgive that? And the answer is sure, if that's eating us up inside. Then what we say is, yes, it makes perfect sense to release that anger and that bitterness. Doesn't mean we're releasing consequences. It doesn't mean that we don't work towards things. We just let the negative emotions go. And then we can still work really well. I was at a vigil a couple days ago at St. John's Cathedral, and it was all about the events going on. And I think there were about 600 people there. But there were several people here from the church. And I found that really important. And I found it really touching. Because what they were saying, in my mind, is I've got to let go of any angerness and bitterness that I have, but I can still work towards changing the situation. That's two different subjects. So what's involved here? There we go. So here's a 4-step process of forgiving others. And I wanted to make sure that you saw it, because here's the first step if we're trying to forgive other people. I think number one is to acknowledge the pain that it caused. So can't you imagine a situation where you say, we've been friends a long time, and I've watched your career as you went into insurance and then financial planning, but you stole $100,000 from me. And it caused great pain in my life. It's a tremendous amount of money to me. So that might be acknowledging the pain that it caused. And then number two, choose to let go of the negative emotions. And so even that completely disrupted my life when you took that money from me, when you stole it from me. I've got to let go of it. Because that hatred and that bitterness that I've been experiencing for the last year, it's not doing me any good. As a matter of fact, it's getting in the way of me improving the situation. I've got to let go of those negative emotions. And then number three, to develop some degree of empathy for the offender. Not totally, not completely, but some degree. And so I could say to that person, I get it. I know you're scared. And I know that that's why you took it, because you couldn't see any other way out of your financial situation. So I get it. And then that moves on to number four. So I'm going to release the emotional debt. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to pay it back, because I know you can't and I know you won't. But that's okay. Because right now I just want to release the emotional debt. I'm getting rid of the anger and the forgiveness and the bitterness. If there's consequences that you still have to face legally or criminally, that happens. But I'm releasing the emotional debt that I'm experiencing right now. Now, can you imagine going through those 4 steps also with ICE agents? You know, and we've had 2 murders in the last 13 days. Yeah, big stuff. And more than likely, we're not going to have an ICE agent standing right in front of us to be able to do these things. So I think sometimes what we do is we go through that process and we release the anger and the bitterness and the hatred from afar. But that's okay, it's a beginning. So whether they're close or whether they're far away, whether you are related to them or a friend of them, or whether you don't know them at all, I think what we do sometimes is we just forgive somebody. We go through this 4-step process, and notice what I have in italics, that this may take several times. Now, what I'd suggest is if you forgive a person in person, don't call them back each time to go through the 4 steps. That would get old. But what you can do is go through that process a couple of times by yourself. Perhaps, if it's appropriate, then do that with a person in person. And then you may have to go through it 2 or 3 times more. I think it takes several times. I think we can do it in person. We can text. We can email. We can call that person. We can Zoom call. I think it's always going to be better in person. But that's scary, isn't it? To do it in person, especially when it's a parent or a sibling. But what I want to do is leave you with the thought of when we leave here today, if there's someone in your life that you need to forgive, forgive them. And go through this process and do it today. Whether that takes a phone call or a text, or whether it means going and visiting them, I would do it before 3:30 when the Seahawks start. Let go of the hatred and the bitterness and the emotions, because it's not doing you any good. In fact, it's doing you great harm. But forgive a person that you need to forgive. Do it today, because if not now, when? Namaste.
You don't have to run around trying to prove yourself. You were made of starlight and wisdom of old. The world will try to tell you to become what you are not. Just remember you are more than enough. There's a beauty in your eyes and a life in your smile. There is goodness in your heart. You're alive now for a reason, so you better start believing that you're already more than enough. Time stretches on, we get a glance and then it's gone. But miracles happen every day. Don't waste a minute of this life while you are in it, thinking you just don't have what it takes. But your heartbeats are making waves. Even on the hardest days, there's a wind at your back, moving you steady toward your dreams. There's nothing that can keep you from the life that you deserve if you remember you are more than enough. Just remember you are more than enough. Keep believing you are more than enough.
Thank you, Lori. Well, we reached that time of the service when we're going to do the love offering thing. And if you're a first-time visitor, and I think we have several today, if today is your first time joining us, there's no need to put anything in the love offering bag as it comes around. We are just so tickled pink that you're here. And that's just funny. Let your presence be our gift for us today. If you are giving, there's 4 ways to give. One, you can give in the love offering bag as it comes around. Second way that you can give is you can text the dollar amount to that phone number there. Third way is you can mail it by snail mail to 2900 South Bernard. And then you can also scan the scan me up there for giving it online. So any of those 4 ways would be great. Now, let's say our giving blessing together. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give and receive. I give thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. Thank you. Hi.
Fancy meeting you here.
Let's take a moment and join me in saying thank you for these love offering gifts. It's the Spirit of God. We do say thank you. The financial gifts are important to the church, of course. We can't operate without them. But what's even more important is that we learn the power of forgiveness, the power of releasing any anger or bitterness or sadness that we might be holding on to for years. And for that awareness, for that opportunity to forgive, we say thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. And I just wanted to say that even though Sally and Patty were talking during the love offering, it's okay. There will be a short time in detention after class.
So I want to say thank you to our spiritual leader, Dennis Ashley, for his talk. I know there's one person in particular in my life that I'd like to forgive more fully, and I struggle with step 2, letting go of the pain around it, but getting there. But listening to your talk helped me to feel lighter about it, helped me to release it a bit more. So thank you. And then also I want to thank Lori Miller and Beth Rainey for the beautiful music. There's so much talent here. And Lori, your voice has a quality to it that I don't just hear it. I actually had to close my eyes because I felt it. So you have a beautiful, beautiful voice. We'd also like to thank our chaplains today. Robin led the meditation before the service. And Diane has been holding the entire service in prayer. Gary read the prayer today at the start of the service. And Gary will also stay afterwards and pray with people. This time he can pray with you in the library, which is right over there. Prayer is very powerful, especially when someone prays with you. It's a really beautiful experience, and it's effective. If you do have something that's heavy on your heart or something that you want to share, it's a gift to the person praying with you to share that. So I hope you utilize that wonderful resource. You can also request prayer by filling out the form in the seat pocket in front of you and putting it in the prayer box as you leave the sanctuary. It's to the left of the door there. There's also a prayer box near the atrium, or you could submit it online. And then our chaplains and Silent Unity will pray over your prayer for about 30 days. You are supported. All right, next we're going to move on to our unity statement for peace. And so I encourage you to try to memorize it, because during the week, if someone asks you, what is unity about? You can tell them the unity statement for peace. And also, you can tell yourself what in times of need, like what is going on? So you can use that unity statement for peace for yourself. So if possible, say it with your eyes closed and your heart open. All right, together, unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, for we know there is only one power, one presence, and one life. We encourage each of you to sign up for our email newsletter if you haven't done it already. There's so much information. There's an abundance of opportunities there. So to learn about our upcoming classes and events, you can sign up for e-news by scanning the QR code, or go to our website at unityspokane.org. We'd also love to connect with you on our social media, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Just search Unity Spiritual Center Spokane to find us. All right. we are going to move on to news you can use, and this is just some of the opportunities going on. I wish I had time to tell you all of them, so be sure to check out the e-news. First, I want to remind you that there is the Soup Mix fundraiser right after service. It is being organized by the fundraising team, and all of the donations go to the Jackie Green Memorial Scholarship Fund, and this helps to support our older youth to be able to go to retreats. So the soup looks delicious, and so you'll feed yourself, and you also help a lot of older youth. Last week they did sell out, so it was cute because Ron told me before service, we gotta go quickly to the table this time because they sold out. So just be careful because you might get knocked over by Ron. So just a little warning. All right, but for $10, you can buy some really wonderful, exceptional homemade soup. Okay. Next, meditation workshops. The most fundamental thing we do in life is to breathe, so that's why the Chaplain's meditation series continues tomorrow night with an excellent session on breath work. We hope you'll consider joining them at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, and you don't need to have attended the other session, just show up. Okay. And that's by Love Offering. Also, next Sunday, February 1st, will be our annual meeting. There will be a lunch provided by Love Offering after the service, and then the annual meeting will start at 12 o'clock, and then we'll be voting on new board members and hearing different business reports on how the past year has gone. A lot has happened in the past year, a lot of good things. And anyone can attend, but only the governing members can vote, and it's a great way to hear the year in review, and it usually lasts about an hour. Also, Reverend David is teaching a great 6-week series on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. It's called Your Other State of Consciousness and promises to be an outstanding class. I'm sure it will be. It starts the first Wednesday in February, and we hope you'll join Reverend David as he dissects the ego's playbook. Good stuff. 10 signs of Alzheimer's. As we and our family members get older, Alzheimer's is an all too frequent disease that we have to deal with. And if you are thrust into a situation as a caretaker, as a parent, or a spouse, who you think might be showing signs of Alzheimer's, you might want to take this class. It will also help you recognize the top 10 signs of Alzheimer's, about what to do next, and give you information on how to talk to your doctor. There's no cost. It's Wednesday, February 11th. Today is Board Listener Sunday, and so Karen and Pat have a special announcement to make.
Hi, everyone. I'm Pat Mertens, and this is Karen Dahl-Darling, and in light of the events that have happened in our country recently, we've decided we're going to do something different for board listener time today. So we are going to be having a circle, listening circle in the chapel, and Karen and I will be facilitating that. We want to have you answer 3 questions. What have you heard? How do you feel? And what do you need? Specifically, what do you need from your spiritual community? So your board will be listening carefully, and it will start about 15 minutes after this service ends, and it will be in the chapel. We hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you. That's beautiful. And remember, this is your spiritual community, each and every one of you, whether you're here in person or online. We support each other. Also, another special announcement is one of our congregants, and he's a frequent singer, he's so talented, is going to do a TEDx talk. His name, and I'm not sure if he's here today, is Gati Nakario. Did I say that right? but I should say Dr. Gatti Nacario will be speaking on January. Are you here? I don't think so. Okay. He's such a wonderful person. All right, so Dr. Gatti will be speaking on January 31st at the Myrtle Woldson, sorry if I said that wrong, Woldson Center for the Performing Arts at Gonzaga University. Gatti will be speaking at 2 o'clock, and let's see if we can turn out to support him with his storytelling. Wonderful. Okay, next week, our spiritual leader, Dennis Ashley, will talk about honesty with a generous dose of kindness and tact. I want some of that. Good. I like it. Like it. All right. It's time for Unity Trivia. All right. And the trivia is always included in the e-news if you want to get a sneak peek at it. Okay. Unity Trivia question. Unity Village has been publishing the Unity magazine for a long time, but they recently changed its name. What is the new name of the magazine? What was it? Very, very close. That's half a point. And then, anyone else? Yes. What? Oh, okay. All right. Spirituality and Health, a Unity publication. Nice. All right. Now it's time to welcome our youth.
We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God.
Okay. Yeah. All right, lots of kids. And Hank has an announcement to make.
So my group today, which is these kids right here, we made a musical instrument today. And now they're going to play it for you right now. Ready, guys? Go.
Yahoo!
There you go. And this is the gift that just keeps on giving. Good luck, parents.
Oh, so cute. And there's so many of you. How wonderful. I love it. Thank you for showing up. Each and every one of you. I appreciate you getting up early on a Sunday and coming. So yay, you. All right. Now we want to give you a blessing. You ready to receive? We have a gift for you now. So let's say our children blessing together. Be the love you are. Sing the song you hear. Share your joy of life with people far and near. And for ourselves together, be the love we are. Sing the song we hear. Share our joy of life with people far and near. All right, all right. Love your energy. You can go back to the people who brought you. They're so cute. Yeah, okay, we have another announcement.
I just want to thank our board and the volunteers for the volunteer dinner they put on Friday night. It was excellent. We thank you very much. We appreciate it.
That's true. They not only fed us, they served us. It was so wonderful. Thank you so much, and it was yummy. All right, and now please stand as you are able and join us for our prayer for protection, followed by the peace song.
I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God.
The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever God is, and all is well. And that's the truth. Thank you, Deanna. I need to take you home with me. Okay.
Let there be